Officially live. Holy shit. Usually I
Yes.
wait till 10 o'clock to go live because that's usually when all like everybody's up at night and they want to see what I have to say. But I just said, we'll go ahead and start this early because I don't know if you guys gotta work tomorrow.
No, we gotta get up in the morning. I gotta wash the dog, and what else we gotta do, sweetie? You gotta get ready for a friend's house.
Yeah,
Get
we're going
together.
over to our friends tomorrow night.
What y'all getting into?
Fire and play video games and eat dinner over there.
Yeah, it's our church friends.
Damn, that's what's up, man. Okay, so that photo right there, y'all said that's your wedding photo?
Yeah, one of them.
That's your actual wedding photo.
Yeah.
So where did y'all get married at?
Siesta Key in Florida.
Damn, that sounds badass. So like how much did that wedding cost?
It's about 5 G's.
Yeah.
5 grand to get married.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, see,
my parents paid for the whole thing.
Yeah, her parents. Yeah,
we got married on Siesta Key Beach.
I was told if you got married that the bride's husband paid. My best friend got married. His name was John Alves. Good dude. Mm-hmm. He got married 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was his best man, one of four. And I got a funny story behind all that too. His wedding was immaculate, right? But I knew it wasn't cheap, right? And like they had all like the bachelor thing. We did that like before, and then the wedding, and then they had like this. They went to this fancy church, and then they went to this fancy like getaway place. And I'm like, bro, this stuff looks way too nice for it to be, $3 or $4 grand. He said, you know how much this wedding costs? I said, how much? He said $80,000.
Oh my gosh.
I said, motherfucker, if you're gonna pay 80 grand, y'all better stay married.
Right, for one day.
It better be a fucking lifelong commitment for that kind of money, and especially if her old man came and paid. He said no, my family chipped in too. I'm like, oh wow.
But see, this is the blessing of it, Steve. Like, so when I, her family and stuff, so her, my mother-in-law and father-in-law, they really helped us out a lot financially, man. I mean, I'm talking about, because like when we, first get married and stuff, you got to get, you supposedly have a house and stuff like that, or a place to stay, and you need appliances, right? So
yeah,
I was thinking ahead. I always want to have like a place on my own before I get married. I mean, that's just common sense, right? So I ended up getting my own place, and then I got the basic stuff, but I needed a washer, I needed a dryer. The stuff cost a little bit more money. Man, I remember, Amanda, you was there too. Your parents wrote us a check like a couple grand just to get a washer and dryer. Yeah, and I was just like, wow, bro, like it was just amazing, bro. Like, shouts out to their family. They really helped us out a lot, like getting furniture. They helped us. We'll go to Facebook Marketplace picking up stuff. Yeah, man. So it was really good. It lucked up. The only thing we had to pay for at our wedding was like a hotel stay. I think that's like $150 for one night.
That and then what else do we pay for?
I think that was it. I mean, gas to get there.
Oh, we had to come right back to Georgia. Like literally the day after, was it the day after we got married? We had to both drive right back to Georgia because his commander was really strict with COVID then. And he's like, okay, you can go to the wedding, go and get married, but you need to come back.
Yeah. Yep. He said we got married November 7, 2020, man.
$5 grand could still be expensive.
Yes. Yeah, but we had like 25 people. It wasn't a lot though.
Yeah, a little over 25, I think.
Yeah.
So what was the wedding consisted of? Just like a rehearsal? Like a wedding rehearsal, and that was it? Like y'all just had y'all's wedding, and did y'all go anywhere after? Did y'all like a cruise or something?
No, we had to come right back to Georgia after the wedding. Like we literally couldn't have a honeymoon.
Oh.
Yeah, but we were planning for that though, because it was just like it was a lot of was had to get back to work and all that stuff, man, and take some time off. But for this year, our main goal is like we want to go to Miami. So for our 2nd year anniversary. So
yeah, go somewhere nice in Miami for that.
Mm-hmm.
Or go someplace in Florida that we both haven't been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like I said, we like an hour from Jacksonville. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
That's not too bad. So Y'all's plan is to go to Miami, but so y'all probably gonna do that one in the summer.
Not anniversary, right?
Our 2nd year anniversary around November ish.
Mm.
Well, that's okay. So Rick wants to know, how did it all begin between you guys? How did y'all meet? Who wants to tell the story first?
Rodney can.
Okay, so we met like I said at DTW, Detroit Metropolitan Airport. We used to work at we used to work at the airport. We used to cabin cleaners, basically cleaning the aircraft inside, vacuuming, cleaning first class. And I was there for like 6 months or whatever. And we was working together. And I remember one day I was about to clock out. I was with a group of people, coworkers. We were talking before we clocked out, and then I guess I said some type of joke. She started laughing, and I just had this feeling like, okay, because she, I had a feeling like she was going to ask for my number. I don't know what it was. I just had a feeling, because she was like laughing and stuff, and this was like weeks leading on, and she ended up asking for my number, and I was like, yeah, and ever since then we just started talking and stuff. This is back in 2013, and we just kept in touch, Now I had limited transportation. So at the time I had a car. So like how I got to work, my friend was taking me back and forth to work, and I used to pay him gas money and stuff like that. But yeah, we just kept in touch over the years, man. And then
Okay, so she was still in Detroit even when you went to the military.
Yeah, she's still in Michigan. Yeah. Well, no.
For a few years I was, yes.
Yeah.
And then when he moved to Georgia, I moved to Florida at the time. My parents and I were planning on moving to Florida. And little did I know he moved to Georgia for the military.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And then was it 2019? Yeah. In 2019, I think it was January 20th or 21st, we had our first date.
Man, you still remember the date?
I think so, yes.
You said January 20th.
Yes.
We went to Chili's, right?
Yes.
And Steve, get this. This is how committed I was, right? This is the interesting part. I was so committed. This is why, and I want people on this live to know, man, like if you really love somebody or you have a slight of interest in somebody, bro, like you're not like you can make it happen, right? I was gonna say like long distance relationships, it can happen. So what I mean is just that you will make a way. So for example, right? She lived like 4 hours away from me, bro. I could have easily said, nah, bro, like you live too far. And that's a legitimate excuse. You live too far. I don't got enough gas money. I don't feel like going, no, I actually every other weekend I drove my car all the way over there just to see her. Every other weekend.
Wow.
Yes, bro. So like that's what I'm saying. If you really love somebody, you really, or at least you want to get to know somebody, bro. Like you will make it.
Our first date, he drove 8 hours in one day.
Yeah.
4 to Florida and 4 back to Georgia.
Yep. And I met her. That's when I met her brother, right? And her brother was like, "So you drove 4 hours just for a date?" I was like,
"Yeah."
Yeah. He was like, "That's crazy." I was like, "Yeah," but I'm glad it worked out. But
well, I mean, dudes are flying women out from Istanbul to go to parties, so I mean, I guess it's possible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And like you said before, we were friends for 6 years before we dated.
Okay. Yeah.
So you went on a date with her the first date. So like, how did it progress to something serious? Like after your first date, did you say, "Yeah, I had a good time. I'm going to do this again," and then just went from there?
Yeah, it did. I know, like I think she had a good time, but yeah, I know the first day, yeah, it was a good time, and that's when we started to really, really get to know each other on a deeper level. A little bit.
I know we were both kind of shy at first when we were talking to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we kind of figured like we'll give it another shot.
Yeah, then we ended up going to the movies and we started finding out what we like. She was like, "Oh, okay, I like movies too." And I think we went to go see Parasite.
Yeah, which was the weirdest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, she said that was the weirdest movie. I actually enjoyed it, but yeah.
So basically, you went on a date with her. Still kind of, I guess, testing the waters, and then it just got serious from there.
Yeah.
So, like, how many dates did you go on her go on with her before you said to yourself, "Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be the girl I want to something serious with"?
I don't know. Wasn't it like after the second date you asked me for a kiss, or was it after the?
I think it was at the third day I asked for a kiss, but then
and I wasn't ready to kiss him yet, or something like that.
Damn, this sounds like a story from the 1980s, but I like it.
Yeah,
I like it, bro.
I say at least by like maybe fifth or sixth date when I was like, okay, then we might be going somewhere. But the whole purpose of dating too, Steve, is just like, you know, to see if this person is you know, you want to marry really, and be. I don't just date just to date, just to have fun, like, you know what I'm saying, that's just hanging out. I believe in like dating is for long term, you know. And on top of that too, what really inspired me to answer your question too, why I want to get married is because I was listening to this pastor. His name is Stephen Darby, but he died though back in 2017. But anyway, he had a sermon on YouTube about marriage, and it was just really deep, and it kind of hit me too. And I was just like, wow, like how important it is, especially for my faith. And so I was looking like that's what I want to do. And then we was on agreement. We both love God. We're both Christian, and it kind of just, you know, worked out. Now the crazy part was I had to meet her dad the first time. I was just like, what? Like, this is like we were trying to set up a first date. I'm like, okay, I ain't trying to be that serious with you. That's at the time. But her dad was cool though, because he didn't want nobody taking advantage of her. I get that. I'm looking like I was so not that at that time I was nervous. I was like, oh shoot, I don't know if you're gonna like me. I was like, oh man, you know. But he was cool people.
Okay, so when did you move her in? Before or after you got married?
It was after we got married.
Yeah, after we got married, like I was slowly moving like stuff over before we got married, before the wedding. Like
Yes.
I was slowly bagging up all my clothes, like all my miscellaneous things. And he, I don't know how many times, drove to my house on the weekends before we got married and had a car load of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, I must admit that you know, like I'm not the kind of guy personally to believe in like long distance relationships, but I must say with you guys that you know, I hear stories like with my best friend John Alves, who got married to a woman who lived in McAllen, Texas. This guy lived in Houston, about 7-hour drive, 8-hour drive, and he would drive to her house every other weekend, and then she would drive to his house, and they would take turns.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, man, that's probably not going to work. And the next thing you know, now they've been married for, I think, five years now, and I was the best man for his wedding. The funny thing was, he picked out the outfit for us to wear, and I had to pay for it, which was $250 at Men's Warehouse to rent the shit for like 3 days or something like that. Right?
That's insane.
Bring it back, right? And then so you wear the tux and everything, and like an idiot, I forgot my jacket piece. I had like an underpart for the jacket, and so the 3 groomsmen were like, "Hey, look, if you can't get your jacket, then we'll all 3 not wear one, like as a team." And I'm like, "Okay." It was John's cousin, and it was 2 other guys, and we all agreed that, hey, this guy don't have his jacket, we're not going to wear him. Now the wife was pissed off. John was cool with it, but the wife was mad. She wanted to be like perfect, and I understand that.
Yeah.
So I had to call my brother at the last minute and say, hey, can you please bring my jacket? You know what I'm saying? And he said, okay. And like he rushed it up there and got it to me. And I appreciate that. So I was able to get that jacket right before it was time to go up there and then get all the whole wedding thing set up. And
so, a similar thing happened to Rodney when we got married. The day of our wedding, a similar thing happened. He had to go rush out to a store to find a pair of pants that would match his dress blues jacket, because he forgot his pants for his dress blues, but he had to go find a pair of pants that would match his jacket.
Yeah. And he
had to rush out the day of our wedding with his dad to go shopping for a pair of pants to match his blue jacket for his dress blues.
Yeah, and that was that was the day before the wedding. I was like, oh my god, because I was driving, right, and this place is like 3 hours away from me, and I was just like, oh shoot, I left it right in my closet. Now I'm already on a freeway like an hour in. I'm looking like, oh man.
And he was telling his dad, oh, I'll just wear, because he had 2 different outfits. He was going to change into another outfit after we got married. but he ended up wearing his dress blues all day.
Mm.
But he was telling his dad, "I'll just wear this other outfit." Like it was a white khaki pants and white dress shirt. And his dad was kind of like mad at him. He's like, "No, you need to wear your dress blues. The plan was for you to wear your dress blues."
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm looking like all this stuff will happen the day before you get married. I was like, oh my God. It was a lot. I was, but anyway, we ended up solving that. Went to Kohl's and everything. We got like a similar matching. I'm like, good thing is I have my jacket and all my other stuff in my uniform. Because with your dress blues, it gotta be in color. Like it ain't gonna look right. You can't just, so but it all turned out though, pretty good though on that day.
So were you guys nervous? Samantha says she's asked me on Facebook. Were you guys nervous?
The day we got married, like
Yes.
when we said I do, yes. Yes, we were.
Yes.
Were you like, did you have like anxiety? Were you shaking shit like that?
My friends were telling me that were at my wedding or our wedding. They were saying that they saw Rodney pacing back and forth. They told me he was literally pacing back and forth.
Yeah, when I was waiting for her to get, to the for us to get married and stuff like that. So, of course, the man, we go there first and stuff. And I was waiting and I was like, oh shoot. And so I remember the minister, he came up to me, he said, "Hey, you want to play some music while you wait?" And I was like, at first I was like, no, but then again, I was like, yeah, put on some Michael Jackson real quick. You know what I'm saying? So we ended up doing that. And I wrote a letter too before we got married and everything. And after I said my vows, I wrote a letter about how we met, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity. And then and I kid you not, Steve. After I read that letter, man, I ended up choking up, man. I was like, man, I'm trying not to cry, but it's just like some feeling just came out to me after I read that last word saying "I love you." I was like, oh, so I'm about to cry. It was crazy, man. But it was a great day, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate the people that came.
How many people showed up?
I think it's roughly like,
I think around 25.
Yeah, it was mainly people. It was mainly people from my wife, my side of the family. But I mean, my mom and my stepmom came though from my side.
It was like mostly my dad. Parents, like friends that I knew, like they knew me when I was like an infant. And then my friends, it was basically some of my parents' friends that knew me since I was an infant, and then like our parents, my aunt, uncle, and mostly those people, and his mom and dad, stepmom, and that's pretty much it. That made it like my close friends, and he invited some of his close friends, but they couldn't come.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And then some of my other family members couldn't make it. We invited a lot of people that couldn't make it.
Oh, it happens.
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, I try not, let that get to me, man. I know stuff happens. People got, bills and other stuff. They can't get off work. I understand that, but it's just like, I don't know, man. With all this, technology and all that stuff, I just feel like it would be nice, like to set some time to be like,
exactly. Like at least I can't make the wedding, but I can make like the after party if you have one or something.
Yeah, and it's just like, and it's just people that you broke bread with. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, this is like a celebration. This is something spiritual. Like you at least want them to come. You know what I'm saying? And then support you though. But I mean, like I said, bro, I don't leave in the grudges. All
right. Veronica wants to know on Facebook. How did you crack the question? Like, how did you set everything up? And did you talk to the father, get his father's blessings, or you just did it on your own? Like, how did you go about that?
Okay. You want me to say?
I'm trying to remember.
I remember though. So like, okay. So,
we went on a date and we went to the beach. Was it the beach first or
it was the beach?
Okay, we went to the beach first. We went to Siesta Key, and like I could tell he like had a big smile on his face, and I tell he was holding something in, and wanted to say something to me. Something. Because he had a big old smile on his face the whole time. And then we went out to dinner later on that night to Cracker Barrel, or that day. And I could still tell something was going on. Like, he didn't want to pop the question yet. If he had a question to ask me, like, he just kept on having a smile on his face. And I could tell he had something in his pocket too, because, well, I don't know, just the way he was, like, his posture was at the time. I'm like, are you hiding something? Like, is it a ring? Is it a necklace? Like, what is it? And then we went back to his hotel room, and then that's when he popped the question.
Yeah, and she started, and she like, wow, she was really blushing, and she was like, oh my goodness.
I told him, I was like, I say yes, but
yeah,
you gotta talk to my parents.
Yeah, and I did that the next day. I did that immediately. So I ended up talking to her mom and dad, and they was like, okay, and so we had a conversation. Of course, they got to know me a little bit more. And at this time, though, before that, I was hanging out with her. We had like many dates. I met them, all that type of stuff. I think it was to the point, like, they really trust me. I think I started like staying with you for a little bit in their house. But we slept in separate rooms.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, this was actually like the third or fourth time that he came over. They started to trust him a little bit more, and they let him sleep in one of their guest bedrooms.
Yeah, because I was spending money, a lot of money, going to hotels and staying.
Oh, absolutely. Plus the travel and expenses. It's not cheap traveling.
No. And so they noticed that. It was like, okay, you're a good young man. I see you. Just y'all sleep in separate rooms, so we respected that. You know what I'm saying? We didn't sneak and try to, we do none of that. So
but they let us hang out in like my bedroom and watch TV at night.
Even the hotel stay is expensive, because when I went to Dallas 3 times last year, just for hotel stay alone is like almost $80 a night, and you multiply that times 3 nights and you do 3 trips. You're already contributed like damn near $500-$600 on just hotel stay, and that's not including whatever else you spend when you get there.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then and plus I was like in 2-star hotels. I mean, these hotels wasn't even giving me breakfast, so because of COVID. So
some of them were 3 stars.
Yeah, some of them. I was at
4.5.
Yeah, I was at Quality Inns, stuff like that, bro.
Yeah,
nothing fancy, but just a place to rest my head. But I remember too, like her parents allowed me to. Allow for me to have her in a hotel room, stuff like that, but bring her back home like before midnight, stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, we were allowed to hang out, in his hotel room together.
Wow, that's amazing.
Like watch a movie on his laptop.
Yeah, we didn't like have no sex, none of that stuff. Because I was kind of like,
we watched cable TV in the hotel room, whatever we could find on TV.
Yeah, and I made sure she was home safely and all that stuff. And so that's when I gradually earned her, dad's trust. Now, after I proposed to her, dad was talking to me and stuff. He was asking me all this stuff. He was like, okay, about marriage, like, this is what you really want, all this stuff. And he was saying, I'm glad that, you're talking to me, you're talking to, all this stuff. And, I received his blessings. And, I really appreciate that too. And because he seen me like making a lot of effort. They were just amazed too, like just me coming from like 4 hours away and just seeing her every other weekend consistently, helping out and all this type of stuff. So they was like, okay. And yeah, man, I vowed, like, I'll take care of her as long as I'm still alive, and we grow a life together. Now, people might be wondering, like, okay, well, you guys are interracial. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm black and she's white. And that might be a little different, because you got some people in this world probably don't, are upset about that. But then again, I don't let that phase me. You feel me? Like,
I don't even think that's really an issue.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just looking like you still human beings. Like, regardless if she's white, black, green, Chinese, it doesn't matter. Like, I just like.
Okay, Rick said, do y'all get any stares occasionally, like walking down in a mall or something like that?
Not really. Not
the
now.
First like couple times, like we went out after being married. Like, yes, we were getting some people that would look at us like, or stare at us like. Half the time, or a couple times, I've seen people just randomly glance over into our car. Like, what, you've never seen an interracial couple before?
Right. Yeah, but it's not as bad now because I like, especially like, it depends where you're at, but I know like where I'm at, it's like it's a lot of interracial couples. I see them all the time. Like it's like starting to become normal.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
But, yeah,
So
once in a while we would get a glance here and there.
oh, like, okay. This is a good question by Rick. We're gonna put your wife on the spot here. Is Rodney the first black guy you've ever dated? Okay, if you don't want to answer, you can say pass.
She's trying to think.
Like, have you ever dated a black guy before Yunglink? Is what he's asking.
No, not like a serious relationship. No.
Okay, so then I guess Rick, I'm gonna Cadillac off that question, so I'll take the blame for this. I won't put it on you. So obviously, you know about interracial dating. Obviously, you're breaking barriers, whatever. So there's always gonna be like that uncomfortability at the beginning. I'm wondering. I'm asking Amanda. So like, at first, were you nervous or anything like that? And you were just like, did you see like something different in him right away, or was it something that took time? Or
I noticed that like right away on our first date or first couple dates, like I realized that he was a real gentleman because he would walk over to his car and open the door for me and close the door, and he would hold doors open at the restaurant.
Okay, so you saw something different in him, and I think that was a good response, by the way. Let's see what else. Okay, Samantha, I'll get to your question. Give me a second, girl. Okay, she wants to know, do you guys plan on having any kids in the future?
Yes, in probably like 2 or 3 more years. Right now, we're just starting to like get to know each other more, and we said not in the first couple years of marriage because the first year is the hardest. I've heard.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. Go ahead, Rodney.
No, I was about to say too. Like, I think we talked about this previously, but yeah, the first year is a little bit difficult because, especially with the name change. You know, with my wife, you know, she's going to different area. You know,
changing my driver's license from state to state.
Yeah, and then make sure she, finds like jobs and stuff like that around the area.
Trying to get used to the area, like knowing where to go, like basically getting used to driving in the area.
And then putting her on my like health insurance through my, through the military, getting her a military ID, access to all that stuff, paperwork, So yeah, it was like a learning curve, but it was good.
So, what are some things y'all have in common? Rick wants to know.
We love watching movies and playing video games together.
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of movies are y'all into? Like genre, comedy, horror, romance, anything in particular?
Maybe like shows too.
We like watching. We just saw the new Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay.
Oh, we love the Spider-Man movies.
Yes.
Okay. We love. What movie did we go see?
We've seen a lot of we're pretty much like comedy movies. We like, shows, like old classic shows.
Yeah.
Okay. What about sports? Are y'all in this? I mean, I know Yunglink's in the sports. What about the wife? Is she into that?
Not as much as him, no. Like, yes, I'll sit there and watch like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But that's about it. And like, I like baseball. I like watching Detroit Tigers, but that's about it.
Okay, so you're into baseball, but other than that, you're not really into anything else.
No, like I'll go to a Detroit Tigers baseball game, like,
that's what's up.
Yeah, but that's about it. Like I said, I'll watch the Super Bowl, but I don't really care for football like that.
No, that's cool. That's cool. So, Do y'all have anything on y'all's bucket list y'all want to do this year? I know you say you want to go to Miami, but is there anything else on your bucket list, like things y'all want to do and accomplish this year? Like, if y'all want to go on a cruise, or do y'all want to go like on some type of getaway, or zip lining, or skydiving, like anything? Backpack hiking, mountain climbing.
We said that we want to try. This is a New Year's resolution. Rodney thought of. He wanted to try different restaurants in Valdosta. Go to new restaurants this year, the year 2022.
Yeah, a little more eatery stuff like that. Also too, like, I know we got a dog too. That was part of our, resolution. We want to get it like a dog, and we finally got one. Got like a family pet. Training it, and
we got it like a week before Christmas.
Yeah, stuff like that. But going on more vacations, like swimming together. Like, we like to swim together too. That's a cool thing we do.
Nice.
Like, we went to Clearwater and we did that. Last year?
I know where Clearwater's at.
Yeah, in Florida. That was so fun. We did that. Yeah, we're doing things like that.
So, Veronica wants to know: have y'all done anything around in y'all's area, like in Georgia?
No, not really. No.
Because it seems like y'all like to travel to Florida, which I get is literally right there.
Yeah.
But, y'all live an hour from Jacksonville, so I get the temptation of going to Florida. But is there anything in Georgia?
We thought about driving to Savannah and go to the beach in Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was another idea for us. Like, for me, I know, like, this is my stepmom and my dad. They live in like an Atlanta area, so I've been there personally to Atlanta. I've been to their malls, Lenox Mall.
That's what's up.
Been downtown. I mean, like I said, it's a lot of the stuff to do in Georgia, like far as Atlanta area, but like Florida, I'm kind of familiar with that. It's a lot of national state parks there. So many beaches there. I mean, restaurants. We went to a Red Barn. What is that? Flea market?
A flea market.
Yeah, we like doing things like that. We like to go to like retro game stores. We like to collect all video games. It's so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but so we kind of do that. Like, we're not like the club type, party type like that.
No.
Yeah. We kind of chill. Yeah, man. So we're cool, but we do like get-togethers. Like, we cook together too. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
We love cooking.
We're gonna.
What do y'all cook? Just name some dishes right off the top.
Oh, you go.
Dang, what's the name of that one? The Olive Garden.
Okay, it's like an Olive Garden baked chicken mix.
Made something in the crock pot that we used like some Olive Garden dressing. I think it was Olive Garden chicken parmesan or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
A recipe in the crock pot. Then we made beef stew in the crock pot. Chicken noodle soup homemade in the crock pot. And then
what else we made?
The cheesy chicken bruschetta in the crock pot.
Mm-hmm. That was delicious. We also made some strawberry cheesecake brownies for my stepmom and my dad. We made turkey. Like I said.
We made cheesy potatoes in the oven, which turned out really good.
Mm-hmm. We made green bean,
like scalloped potatoes.
Yeah, green bean casseroles. Make that. What else we make? So much stuff.
Yeah, the green bean casserole.
Yeah, green bean casserole was good. Brownies, like I said, ham. We baked that ham. Remember we baked that 10-pound ham?
Oh yeah.
For Christmas.
But
yeah.
No, we baked it knowing we didn't know that his stepmom or dad couldn't eat ham when we ate. Well, we made a whole 10-pound ham, but they told us like, what was it, like a week or couple days before Christmas, like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't eat ham because it our blood pressure or
too
something.
Much sodium. But we make quite a bit of stuff. I mean, we actually we got like a Betty Crocker's cookbook too.
Yeah.
So we be like coming up. We made like quesadillas before.
We have a quesadilla maker.
Yeah, we got a quesadilla maker from our wedding gifts.
And we still need to use our food processor we got.
Yeah. So and this is the crazy part, Steve. So like for Christmas, like we cook so much. So our dad and our stepmom gave us a perfect gift. They gave us like this portable pot. You can literally
Like it's a skillet.
Yeah, it's a skillet. You can literally plug it up in an outlet and cook. Like take it. It's so cool, and it'll still work. Like it's on the oven. It's so cool.
You can take this skillet like anywhere with you.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Yep. But we cook a lot. We like I said, we was inspired to do a cooking channel. We actually made chili. We made all kinds of stuff, man. We gave it to one of my coworkers, and they was like, "Oh my," to test it out. They said it's super good. So yeah, cooking is like one of our favorite things to do.
So what have you guys done for Christmas this year? Like, what did y'all get for Christmas, and what have y'all gotten for anyone else? Who wants to go first?
We got money from my parents, which was nice. And then from his stepmom and dad, we got that skillet. And we really couldn't get anybody anything this year.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, it was pretty much it. Then my birthday was the day after. Got a little bit of money.
And he was able to go buy himself something. I was able to go buy myself something with that money that we got, which was nice.
Your dad gave us these straws.
Oh yeah, we got have you ever seen those straws that you can like put in the dishwasher and they're dishwasher safe?
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Like they have removable silicone like tips on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got those for Christmas this year.
All right. So did y'all get anybody anything?
No, not this year. Not this year. It was like kind of tight for us. But
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not even a $20 gift card? Not even a $20?
I don't
Not
remember.
a gift card with something written on the gift card with $10 in it?
No, I felt kind of bad because I was opening gifts, but when I was opening gifts, I was like, shoot, like when my mom, my dad was there, I was like, I ain't give them nothing. Damn,
and you opening up those gifts too with your bad self, just like I
wasn't even expecting. I was expecting to get gifts.
I was expecting, from his parents. I wasn't expecting to get a gift this year.
Hey, but we did cook dinner for him.
Or like my parents, I wasn't expecting them to give us as much money as they did.
Yeah, we did cook dinner for him, though, man.
If my family, if somebody gets you something, you don't get them anything, they'll remind you next Christmas.
Oh yeah, it'd be like that. Hey, remember I got you this? Like I know, like damn.
I'm telling you, if somebody gets you something in my family and you forget,
but next year we're definitely, because I know both of us will be working by next year.
Yeah, she'll be working. Yeah.
Hopefully by then we'll be able to get, if we see his dad and stepmom again. Or like if we see my family, I know usually my family tells me, "Oh, don't worry, we don't want anything from you. We just want to see you guys." So,
but I mean, even if they insist not to get them anything, I'd still do it.
Okay, yeah.
I would play it off and say like it's cool, but I would still get them like a gift card or something.
And I know this year, like it was hard for us to even be around family because. One, my parents are recovering from COVID. My brother from COVID.
Yeah.
My whole family basically that was living in my parents' house was COVID.
Okay. I got to tell y'all a funny story about Christmas. There's a buddy of mine named Travis, right?
Yeah.
And every Christmas he comes over, right? Like he hasn't came over in the last 2 Christmases, but he used to do this in the past, right? It was a buddy of mine. And he would come over and he would say, "Hey, man," and it would be me, my brother, and like a couple of my buddies would be over, like, playing pool in the garage or whatever. And he would come over and like, "Hey, Travis, how's it going?" He would say, "Hey, Steve," and I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Merry Christmas." He hands me the $20, right? And I would grab it and I would say, "Gee, thanks," And he would say, "Yo, Steve, where's mine?" And I would go. And I'd hand him the 20 back, and he would grab the 20 that he initially gave me. And then, because it was then my 20. So then I rewarded him with my 20 back to him. And he would say, "Man, that was really nice of you." And I was like, "Thank you." And he's like, "You're welcome." I said, "Okay." Then he would walk up to my buddy. And he's like, "Hey, man, Merry Christmas." Hands him the 20. And then the buddy's like, "Yeah, thanks." And he's like, "Where's my gift at?" So he gives her the 20 back and he says, "Merry Christmas." And then so we're all laughing and stuff because he's going down the line handing everybody the same 20 and to get the 20 back, right? So that's like our trade-off for Christmas, right? Now, here's the funny part. Now it's my brother's turn. It's the last person on the list, and he's like, here you go, sir. Merry Christmas. And then he's like, thanks. And he's like, where's my Christmas present? So then my brother turns around and tries to grab a bunch of chocolates, Hershey's Kisses, and he's like, man, give my fucking money back. So he grabs the $20 and puts it back in his pocket. And I said, damn, I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, like my brother tried to hand him some Hershey's Kisses, like that was in like a little treat thing, and he tried to hand it to him. So he could keep the 20. He said, give me my money back. And he grabs the $20 and stuffs it in his pocket. And he does it every year, but he hadn't done it the last couple Christmases, but 5 Christmases in a row, this guy always does that.
Wow, that's funny.
It's called the $20 Christmas gift, and then we would just trade off.
Okay.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, that is, man. Like, but Christmas, that is such a like a good time for me though. Like I said, it's the day of my birthday, because I'm born on December 26th. And I remember growing up, Steve, I used to have like double gifts. I used to have gifts on Christmas and on my birthday. Yeah, man, it was crazy. I was just like, this is beautiful. Like,
and sometimes it's double.
Yeah, but my parents never, like, since I was growing up, they never like cheated me because they could have easily said, all right, this is your birthday gifts and your Christmas gifts on Christmas, like, but they end up like treating me right, man. So I remember I was over with my cousins. This was like maybe 5 Christmases ago, but
okay,
he had a Christmas party. We was there and stuff like that party, and around midnight came. He was like, "Oh shoot, we got a party again because it's Yunglink Jr.'s birthday." It's a good time though. But yeah, but like,
or you have $20 and then you get the 20 and ask for 2 10s. You're like, happy birthday. Happy Merry Christmas. The next day you're like, happy birthday with the other 10, even though the initially was you were supposed to get the 20.
Oh, get this, Steve. My wife is born on Thanksgiving. She's born November 25th. I was like, that was crazy. So
sounds like y'all got a fairy tale marriage.
What we do for Thanksgiving? We went to your parents' house, right?
Yeah, we went to my parents' house, and then I know our first Thanksgiving, we stayed home and we cooked a turkey, cheesy potatoes, and what was it?
Green bean casserole.
And green bean casserole for our first Thanksgiving.
So you don't. It seems like to me like y'all don't, as individuals, y'all don't let really much bother y'all, or my.
What do you mean, far as like
bother y'all? Does it like y'all don't let anything get y'all, right?
Oh, I mean, not really. I mean, don't get me wrong. It has been a challenge, like far as like friends.
Yeah, like I know me personally, like since I've gotten married, I've lost friends.
Let me guess, from a couple of dudes that were trying to get with you, and then they're mad because you got married and you're off the table.
No, it's actually one of my best friends that was a girl that came to our wedding, and she just did a 360. I stood up for one of my best friends and told her like I didn't like the way my friend was being treated by her, because my friend Sarah and my friend Jennifer. I lost my friend Jennifer as a friend.
Well, Rick said usually when you get married, he said it's hard to make time for others. Well, yeah, that is true, Rick. That is true.
Yeah.
So basically, I stood up for Sarah, and Jennifer didn't like what I told her and stuff like that. So I lost Jennifer as a friend.
Now, I've lost mainly chicks. Like, I had some homegirls that ended up getting married, and they either talk to me every now and then or I don't hear from them again. And I don't take nothing personal from it because I was just like, hey, look, you got a dude. He's probably not comfortable with you talking to other guys. Hey, I get it. I understand. I just let it go. Like.
And yes, actually.
That's cool,
Actually, yes. Since I've been married, I have lost some guy friends because I told them, like, mine and Rodney's boundaries, our conversation that we had. Like, Rodney doesn't talk to other women. I don't talk to other guys. So I've lost friends, like guy friends, because of that. Like we don't.
So like you weren't cutting him off. You were just saying like, hey, you know, he don't feel comfortable with me like having like a, especially if it's with guys you might have had stuff with in the past. And I could sort of understand that, or like it's like, hey, you know, I'm coming home from hard day's work. Last thing I want to do is see my wife on the phone with other dudes. I get it.
You're right.
You know, I don't hold no ill will towards it. I've lost a couple homegirls to something similar to that. And I just like, look, it is what it is. That's just life. You know,
like,
friends come and go. You know, your marriage is more important,
yeah.
especially if you cherish it. Your marriage is should be the number one focal point. So I totally understand.
And I've had some, like one of my old teachers tell me like, oh, that I should be careful because my relationship sounds unhealthy. That sounds like I'm being controlled by Rodney. No, we just had an agreement that we don't talk to the opposite sex.
Well, a form of control would be like Rodney's still talking to other chicks, but he tells you can't talk to other guys.
Mm-hmm.
Then that would be hypocritical, or vice versa. Or let's say y'all both agreed and come to find out Rodney's got 10,000 side chicks on his phone. Or you got 10,000 side dudes. It goes either way. But like it's one thing if it's a mutual agreement, but if it benefits one person while the other person doesn't have to follow anything, then that is a form of control.
Yeah.
Like you can make that argument. Like in other words, like let's say, you know, if I was married to someone and they're like, okay, anybody that I met before I married you, you shouldn't have an issue with. And I said, okay, well, that goes for you as well. Mm-hmm. And if that's the agreement we made, then that's cool. But like, let me ask you this, Yunglink.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the type that, are you the jealous type? Like you don't come across like that.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not like jealous. Like, hey, like, okay, for prime example, right?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
You gotta, yeah, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, say I have some common sense. So, say, you know, because when my wife starts working, right, I'm pretty sure she's gonna have to work with male coworkers, so she's gonna have to work with male bosses, if that. And you know, if it's professional, if they, you know, text her about like, hey, your schedule when to come in or different job opportunities, okay, that's different and what to do. But I'm not gonna go crazy. Oh, who you know, I'm not gonna jump on that wagon because at the end of the day, I trust my wife, right? Because I believe in this. If you're doing something, you know, in the dark, right, it's gonna come out in the light. Eventually, I'm gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't stress over that. It may take me some time, but I'm going to find out. You know, so my thing is, I just like, hey, I know how she is. Like, if she, you know, if I'm not gonna really get upset, and plus, I don't really have an issue with that. At the end of the day, I'm really not like jealous. I'm just like, hey, long as you yeah. So I'm like that too, because I have like a female supervisor, and she just talks to me about work, like work stuff. It ain't nothing about
like
hanging out. Yeah, it's nothing about hanging out. It's nothing because they know that. The reason they respect my marriage so much, I remember we had like a work party, whatever, and all that stuff.
And you were talking to Parham, your coworker.
Well, I don't even try to know names, but yeah, I was talking to him, and we was just, and she knows that, like, you know, I can't go certain places, I can't go to clubs and stuff like that. No, like it's got to be work related stuff, and I got to get home to my wife, that type of stuff. So, you know, I don't really but yeah, I have like a I'm not really like the jealous type or anything, you know.
So what about you, Mrs. Link? Are you the jealous type? Be honest. There is no right or wrong answer, by the way.
Like,
usually girls are more tend to be more territorial than the guys, but I understand why.
Sometimes, yes. Like, I know that one time Rodney was on a YouTube live, and I'm like, who is he talking to? Like, I know it was just a YouTube video and it was a live one, but I'm like, okay, but I don't talk to other guys, so it should be the same. Like, you shouldn't be talking to other women through social media.
She was referring to, I don't know if you remember, she was referring to, I was on your panel. I'm gonna name your names, but you had those two girls. We was talking, I forgot, we was talking about something, relationships or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know,
like, I wasn't mad or anything. I was just
no, they're cool. They're cool. The females I bring on my panel are all cool. They're not messy like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what that was. But I mean, I get it though. But other than that, I think you're good.
Yeah.
You know, do you guys believe that y'all should have like each other's passwords, social media? What do y'all think of that? Yes or no?
Like,
now that y'all are
Rodney
married,
knows how to
you,
get into my phone. Like, he knows how to get into my phone, but doesn't. He knows my password for my phone, but doesn't go in it.
what about Facebook and everything else?
No, he doesn't have that.
Okay, so do y'all believe?
Okay,
have y'all ever suggested to each other that we should just get rid of social media like Facebook, Instagram, and all that, or not really?
No, like we haven't had a talk about that.
Okay, so y'all believe y'all should still have it up, right?
Yeah, like, and like we trust each other to the point where we don't need to be having each other's passwords or anything.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
if I was married, I wouldn't even think to have my wife's Facebook password because, like, to me, like, because I think if you give me the password, I'm just gonna be checking it every day for nothing, and then she can always hide it, right? If she's up to no good, she can always have another account that I don't know of. So, like, to me, and that could be a decoy. Like, okay, yeah, he'll search that one, but I'll have another one. I ain't worried about it. That's why, like, I'd rather just not do all that because to me, you become insecure. You start checking it a lot, and it could drive you nuts. I just say, you know, it is what it is. I'll let the cards fall as they may, and sort of go from there. I knew a couple that I ran into. It was a guy. He was in the military, like you, and he was in the I think he was in the Army. He was in the U.S. Army Reserves, actually. And he got called up to active duties recently, but he said, me and my wife don't believe in social media. We both agreed not to have Facebook or any sort of social media account. I'm like, why is that? And he goes, and I was supposed to interview this guy. Like, we were actually supposed to interview before he deployed and tell me all about it, right? He's like, because I believe it's a temptation to cheat. I'm like, okay, well, that sounds about right. You know, social media does have sort of like it's corruption to it, and people act like narcissists online. I get that. Yeah. And the dating apps and everything, it tempts you to cheat on your partner. I totally get it. So I understood. And I'm thinking, man, maybe his method does work. Like, maybe this is a foolproof plan. So I end up talking to the guy again, and he said, we were talking on the phone in September, and I said, hey, man, so how you and the wife been? And he got real quiet. I said, what happened? He goes, man, my ass deployed to Seattle. They called my ass to go serve up there, you know, because of COVID and everything and deployment and stuff, right? So he got called to active duty reserve because he was from reserve to active duty. So they called him that he had to go serve and stuff, right? So he went to Seattle. They stationed him up there. Check this out. He said that his wife was fucking one of the neighbors down the street.
What?
Yeah, but check this out. Like, I found it hilarious because he's telling me, oh, no social media, no social media. It's a foolproof plan. It works. It stops the human temptation. And I told this sucker, I said, dude, if she wants dick, she don't even need the internet for that.
Yes.
You don't even need the internet for that. You got a whole neighborhood of people living around. You're not telling me you didn't walk your streets and you don't see somebody at the corner. You know all your neighbors. I know all my neighbors here. I know some bad bitches that live right down the street from me. And that's just for me driving around the neighborhood. And I see them outside here cutting the grass, I've seen some bad bitches. And I told him, you don't think you don't need the internet to go do that? Come on now. and I said, especially for a woman, and women get hollered at by dudes on the daily. Even like just walking to a bank or walking to a restaurant, dudes are asking for numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't think by her, and she's highly attractive too. And I said, you don't think she can't walk out and check the mail and her neighbors don't know? Don't know you're deployed and don't know they're not going to try to holler at that. And he started laughing. He said, no, you're absolutely right.
That could be just like, let's say he gets deployed, not Rodney, but that guy that got deployed. And he did the same thing when he was deployed behind his wife's back. What if he did it?
It can go both ways. It can go both ways. But he was like, you're right about social media. And see, that's what I was asking about y'all about social media. Because most people that get in relationships, they believe in deleting that shit. I don't.
No, and I don't we said to each other when Rodney gets deployed that we're not gonna go down that road being like cheaters on each other. We're not gonna do that. He said he can wait 6 months to see me again. He can wait.
Yeah, so and that's the crazy. So I remember my father, right? Of course I told him like, hey, I'm planning on marrying Amanda, after I got engaged and stuff. And my dad, he real cool and stuff. I mean, he was like, I guess you want the best for me, all that stuff, because this is a big step, and I get it, But if it's too, he was, you're about to, because your profession, you're going to be gone, you may be deployed, and are you sure, like, you're going to be, can you, leave her for 6 months, or she's going to be, faithful to you, while you're gone? I'm looking like, yeah, I believe it, I'm not going to just not marry her because I have a fear that she may cheat on me when I'm away. Like, that's my mentality. That's how I was. I'm looking like, because my dad, he was kind of, your parents want to protect you. They don't want you to go through unnecessary things, because he went through a divorce. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm just getting my career started, and I get it. You don't want that stress over you. But I'm looking like, man, God's gonna pave a way for us, and I know my wife's heart, like, she's gonna be good, like, we're gonna be great. It's gonna take a lot of communication. I know it's gonna be difficult, but that's just part of marriage. It's all challenging.
All right, so Rodney, let me ask you this, man.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Miss Link. I'll let you talk then.
I was gonna say, yes, we have our arguments, disagreements at times, but other than that, like, we've been good so far. Like, yes, we've had disagreements and arguments.
Yeah.
So Rodney, you seem like a decent person. You seem like the type of person that gets along with everyone, and I like that about. That's one of the things I like about you and your channel. You're a very decent guy. I see the person inside of you, right? Because people tend to look on the outer shell, right? My question to you is, and I know this might come off, do you feel like, and again, you can say this about any person, do you feel like black men like you, in your position, do you feel like, I'm trying to find the words to put this. Do you feel like or in the past, do you feel like guys like you've been passed up for guys on the other spectrum, like
thugs,
roughnecks,
roughnecks, jocks? As far as like relationship wise, like,
like before your marriage.
In a way, yeah. Now, like, me personally, my personality, I won't say I was passed though. I mean, because I had some.
You've had some relationships, but do you ever get that pressure?
Not that much. I mean, I used to when I was younger, but as y'all get a little bit older, when you start focusing on yourself, it's just like all that kind of goes away. But for the most part, like, I still believe in having the characteristics of being nice and still being, courteous and doing what you're supposed to do, and focusing on your path. The right women will come to you, And the reason why I say that, because I know we got this red pill philosophy and all this stuff. They're saying, if you get these women, focus on yourself and all that type of stuff. But at the same time, though, like, it's only a certain percentage of women that want the thugs. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of women that want a man that has a $50,000 career, or working that making $30,000-$40,000 a year, that's slowly progressing, doing this. He's not out in the streets, things like that. That's why in the Bible it says, be with someone that you're equally yoked, meaning that you share the same values, you share the same goals. My thing is that you got some dudes that have good characteristics. They trying to attract women that have bad characteristics, even though they may look good on the outside, but it might not be good for them personally.
So what about all right, so when you were in Detroit, did you date much up there for you?
In Detroit, I mean, in the area in Michigan, yeah, I dated a little bit, but I was mainly focused. So in Detroit, this after my parents left, right? My parents divorced. I ended up living with my grandmother and stuff. So, I mean, I really wasn't into relationships like that, because, I was trying to get myself together. I was trying to, like, get a job, make some money, trying to get a car, and then, focus on relationships. So I was trying to get myself together. So I kind of put the dating on hold. But if I would have solely focused on relationships, yeah, I can get it. Like,
okay. So, do you think you going to the military sort of solidified your place in life so that you could eventually got to where you're at now?
Yes, yeah, that's the main reason too. For job security, and I told you too, because of the politics that was going on at my previous job.
Oh yeah. I mean,
and I needed, like, what I'm saying, I needed a decent salary to take care of myself. And I think, like I said, I thank God for those experiences too. Like living with my grandmother, it was nice. I actually got the foundation, the Beat Independent. You get what I'm saying? But I like Steve, man. You probably seen this too. I seen dudes that's like the Carlton stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Fresh Prince, like they can pull. You can pull any type. I got you. You can pull any type of woman, bro. Like you really can, man. It's just the type of quality women that you're against. I seen a dude, right? I'll never forget when I was in college, Steve. This dude was real cool. He was average looking. He was cool. And he was in the library, bro. Like he pulled this fine girl, man. And I'm telling you, bro, like I won't say the guy was a nerd, but he was just like a regular dude. And the first date, bro, like he took her to the library, bro, on the first date. I was like, yeah. And I thought that was weird. I was like,
maybe in 1962.
Right. I was looking like I was like, really? And he said at first she was kind of mad about that because she expected to like go somewhere different.
But what the fuck are you doing at a library? Was there an all-you-can-eat buffet in there?
Bro, no, bro. Like, so what he said
there better have been all-you-can-eat buffet with a projector playing some movies or something. I mean, that's the only way I would even think to walk in something like that. Who else goes to a library?
Bro, I don't know, but he's still with. I think at that time he was still with her, bro, and like they had like a healthy relationship. And of course, the next day they went on like a.
Yeah, but what did they do at the library? What are you gonna do there?
They just got a book together, and it was just like reading together. That's what he told me.
Wait, when was this?
This was like, this is 2016, 17.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know how you pull that off, bro. So I was just like, that goes to show you that. Like,
you might as well invite her back to your house and Netflix and chill. You're going to do all that. What the hell are you going to library? Wait, I didn't even know libraries still exist. People still go to the library?
Yeah, bro.
Holy shit. I mean, I passed up a bookstore earlier that said
Barnes and Nobles.
like something like that. I can understand if, like, let's say you had a coffee or something.
Yeah, coffee or stuff.
You were going to the bookstore to get something specific.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm just going to be in and out, but we're on the way somewhere else. Okay, maybe. But
the way
Steve, I know that's new for me.
Yeah, I know that's crazy, but the way he explained it to me, bro, like he was just saying, like, bro, I just want to see how her intellect and all that stuff, because she was expecting to go somewhere else. I was like, no, we gotta.
She could have had an intellect at the park and got the same thing.
And that's what I was like.
I was like, goddamn park. She could have sat in the car. You could have drove around the neighborhood for a whole hour and got the same experience.
Yeah, I was like, God bless you, man. But like,
yeah, God bless his heart. Did he get laid after that?
I mean, I don't know, but I know they were still together though. He was like,
they're still together. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, but the reason why I say that, I was like, this is gonna show you, like, still don't compromise your character, bro.
I know.
Just to get a woman. So no,
absolutely.
I don't feel like I feel like I was I don't feel like I was fast though. I feel like it was decent. There was some girls, I got some rejections, but that's part of the game, man.
Okay, Rick said it's the rise of the nerdy black men that are coming out now. Criminal thug Tyrones are not popular anymore in 2022. Oh, well, see, Rick, I don't know. I mean, he's telling me that nerdy black men are actually are getting more notoriety now. That Pookie and Ray Ray shit is long past in the 90s, bro. I said,
Steve,
okay.
Have you seen, Steve, let me ask you this. Have you seen personally like nerdy black men like with beautiful women? Like
I see it now. I see it now that I work at Walmart.
Oh, okay.
So I see what Rick's saying. I don't see pants sagging Tyrone anymore with those type of women. I mean, he may still exist in third water out in these hooded areas somewhere, but with some white chick getting passed around. But I don't see too many Pookies and Ray Rays and Tyrones with women like in abundance, like you might have seen it 10 years ago. That doesn't exist. And I see a bunch of nerdy black geeky guys. Like, I'm talking about Pokemon guys with white girls. No, I mean, that's good though. That's a good thing. I'm tired of seeing Tyrone in my community. I'm tired of that shit. But it's changing. That's changing. The nerdy black guys are coming up now. Now, I'm not just saying any nerdy black guys. You still got to have some sort of attraction and appeal and probably the height and everything. So there are going to be little qualifications you still got to meet. Yeah. But it's a start. It's a start.
But then again, too, I was about to say, Steve, I think you talked about this in your channel. Do you think the height like makes a difference? Because I've seen some like dudes that's like 5'2" pulling chicks. Like,
I think the height thing is way overrated. I think, in fact, it's funny because you mentioned that because me and Maria were supposed to discuss. we were supposed to do an interview today, but I chose to
Okay.
do it with you guys. So I made a promise to you, and so I put her interview back for next week.
Okay.
Or later this week. I'm sorry, but we were supposed to talk about like the whole rating system, 1 to 10. Is it? I mean, why does it exist? Why are people so superficial? Blah blah blah, and talk about attraction and all that. We were going to go deep into that, but the height thing, I think honestly, it's just for clicks and views. I think the height thing really, I think it does help if you're 6 feet or taller, or preferably like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". It does help a lot if you have like that NBA basketball height. But like, let's say for example, if you're like under 6'2", I still think 6 and 6'1" are short compared to basketball players, because that's like a point guard in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Is it like a 6'6"? Derek Fisher's what, 6'2", and he's short. He looks short from television. Yeah. Jason Kidd's like 6'1", and that guy looks short as hell.
Yes.
But you have like an AI who's like 5'10" that can still get chicks, like those kind of guys. You have a Danny DeVito, Ron Jeremy's like a midget, a porn star. Hugh Hefner's like what, 5'5", 5'6". So you're going to get those guys too that can get girls. You know what I'm saying? And you got the Bill Gates. Bill Gates, I think, is 5'7". Yeah,
he's short.
You got Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's 5'9".
Yeah.
So those guys aren't 6 feet, but they still get chicks.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer my question, I think the height thing is blown out of proportion. I know on my channel I overemphasize so much on it, but honestly, I just do that for click views, just to get people rallied up. But honestly, I think looking back at it now, I don't think height really matters anymore like it used to.
No,
I don't think it matters in the I don't now. If let's say you're like a midget or a dwarf, it's going to be a little tougher. Like there's going to be a lot more barriers to break. But I think a guy who's like 5'5" and above, or 5'4" maybe, I think he can still kind of get away with it if he's got natural like swag.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've known some short dudes that can still pull chicks. They're like 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Okay. And you never had a problem getting girls?
Not really, no.
And I'm taller than you, and you probably pulled more than I ever have. So that's exactly. So I'm 5'11" and 3 inches.
Yeah.
Well, I'm almost 6 feet. I'm just like this much short from 6 feet tall. But like I said, like a guy like you who's 3 inches shorter than me, you would think, oh, well, Steve Height has you beat. He should be getting more chicks, but that's not it. That's obviously, I think the 6 feet thing is a little bit over proportion. I think a lot of guys like to run with this because it's because I think honestly, like girls ideally want a tall guy, so they just figure, 6 feet, got to figure that's tall. Magazines, tabloids say, man, 6 feet, attractive, woman, thin and petite, hourglass look, attractive. So people, we have like the superficial side of us where we look at the tabloids and the books and the magazines telling us how we're supposed to look. Mm-hmm. But in reality, if you look at most of the people that are around, men and women, we look nothing like that. Like, for example, 75% of Americans are overweight. But according to the magazines, that's not attractive.
I didn't know it's that high.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I didn't know that was that high, Steve. 75%.
Yeah, about 75% of Americans are overweight. Yeah. They said an average of 40 pounds or more.
Wow.
Yeah. For some, it's obviously more than that.
Gluttony, man.
But a lot of people have like these standards of what they want in somebody, and that's nothing wrong with that. But in reality, I can guarantee you, most people you're probably getting are not near that threshold.
Well, there's only a certain percentage of people that's like 6 feet and up, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially 6'5" and up. That's only exceptional people. See, and that's the crazy part. I see it in the military all the time. I see people that's like 5'5", 5'6", got women, marriage and stuff like that, family, 5'4", 5'3". So I mean, it's pretty much your character too. Like I said, how you carry yourself. And
let me ask you this. Rick wants to know, Xenon wants to know, my uncle Xenon from Wisconsin. Hey, Xenon, what's going on? He wants to know, do you think the military made you into a man? Like, hook, line, and stamper.
I say yes. The reason is, when I was, before I joined the military, right? I mean, I had my dad in my life. My dad, he taught me some things, how to take care of yourself, like, cutting grass, doing stuff around the house, stuff like that. When I got to college, I was a little irresponsible. I was 19, smoking, doing all what I wanted to do, not saving money, pretty much just being out in the world. But military, it taught me about like being on time to places, dude. You get what I'm saying? Like 15 minutes early, taking care of business, not procrastinating as much. And I have to say, to answer your uncle's question, yes, because like I said, I learned a lot about responsibility. I learned about like structure. Still learning to this day, and I'm learning too how to be independent, like how to how can I say, live on your own without your I guess without your parents' help, if that makes sense.
Because
Like
remember,
learning,
you were
yeah,
working at the hospital, and I used to talk
yeah,
to you.
yes.
You used to talk about residual income. That's how I got the definition from you. Residual
Oh,
income.
residual income, yeah,
And you're like,
yeah.
how would you like to make some residual income every month? And I'm like,
Oh,
what's that?
oh yeah.
I'm selling to
Yeah.
you, and he would have a box full of stuff, and he's like, you could make up to this much residual income
You
every
still
month. And
remember
he'd have
that?
like that infomercial whenever I talk to him. I'm like, dude, you are.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was that money. So yeah, it was that. I was selling energy drinks. Yeah, so I learned about business. Yeah, the residual income.
Yeah, I
You want to
bought
make
some from you too, and you mailed them to me.
Yeah, you want to
Yeah, you
make money in
did.
your sleep, man. That's what it
Yeah.
is, bro. But the thing is, yeah, man, the military, man, like I learned like pretty much some skills too, bro. Like shooting, learn how to like drive like these big trucks, bro. Learn some medical stuff. Like I learned like a variety of stuff, man, and and having the discipline to work out too early in the morning, time management. Oh my goodness, time management is huge, Steve, especially when you get married. I just want to say this too as a nugget. And then I've been married for a year, but like man, I get off work. Like I said, I work about 8 hours, and then I want to go, and then I go to the gym for like an hour and a half. And then after that, I still gotta have enough time to go home and make sure everything is good, get ready for tomorrow, and still spend time with Amanda, right?
Amanda, I'm about to put you on the spot right now.
And take care of our dog too.
And take care of our dog, right? And so the thing is, though, like when people, single people, it's not wrong with that. But some people say they want to hang out and stuff, like I can't be doing that like that, because it's gonna take away my time that I want to spend with Amanda. And so, and that's the thing you got to do. You got to have, like, when you're married, you do things together. You are one.
Yeah, it's more of a responsibility,
right?
Okay, so
yeah,
when you were dating her, were you in the military?
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Okay, so and you knew him before he was in the military.
Yes, 6 years before that. Yeah.
Okay, so Amanda, Yunglink then versus Yunglink in the military when y'all started dating. Did you notice him more that he was in the military? Did that help your attraction towards him? No right or wrong answers. Just, I mean, did him being in the military make you more attracted to him? Or him being in the military?
Yeah.
Did it help? But what was that just one more thing you were attracted to him by?
Yeah, I liked that he was in the military.
Okay, all right. So in other words, before you met him and he was in the military, you probably just thought, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, he seemed like a cool guy, but yeah, like he's a cool guy, whatever. But I'm saying when he got into the military, it helped with, my opinion, his masculinity even more too, because military turns you into a man. It did to my father, did to my grandfather. My grandfather was in the Korean War. My father and his twin brother was 82nd Airborne. They were both paratroopers in the United States Army. My cousin was in the Marine Corps. Now, I'm not saying you have to be in the military that makes you a man. But let's just be honest, that military stigma, right? The stigma from being in the military is it does attract women to a degree. They look at you as a responsible person who's going places in life and they're serving their country and stuff like that. So it does make him appear more attractive, does it not?
Yes.
Yeah. So and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I think young Lincoln, let's just be honest. I'm not saying you wouldn't have married her if you weren't in the military. I'm not saying you couldn't bang a couple of chicks down the street, or I'm not saying you couldn't date another chick in Detroit. But let's just be honest. I think being in the military helped you solidify building long-term relationships and your career path and you going forward in life with actual direction. And I think that's what attracted her most to you, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And like I said, and that's the vision I have for myself too, because before the military, I mean, it wasn't like I had a bad life. It was just I was kind of all over the place. I needed something that you know, like I said, that was going to give me to that narrow path, that a single direction. But yeah, man, I was able to make a decent amount of money to take care of myself. Like, it felt good to have your own apartment. It felt good to like learn about like how to be on your own, taking care of things, stuff like that, man.
Okay, so Yunglink, what made you wanted to start dating her in the first place? Because before you even went on a date with her, you had to have already made that decision before that. It's not like you just woke up and said, "Yeah, I'm going to drive 4 hours to her house."
Yeah, I just because I always wanted to see her. Like, I try to see her like in Michigan, man, and things happen and stuff like that. And like I said, we were friends. We were talking, and I was just looking like, you know what, you're like not too far from me. And we used to talk on the phone and stuff like that. I was just, hey, you want to just hang out? Just probably have a date or whatever, just. And she was like, yeah, that's fine, and because I just want to see how she is like in person, stuff like that. And this was my first time meeting her, like, well, not first time meeting her in person, but like in a long time besides work. So I just want to know how she is, outside of work. And I had an opportunity. And if I liked the day, if I like how things were going, I will continue to pursue it. If I didn't, we'd probably just be friends, and yeah, man.
All right, Rich got a question. And Rick, I'm about to put them both on the spot with your question.
Cool.
I'll give credit to you. Okay. Well, I wonder who's going to go first on this one.
Ready for this?
Okay, y'all ready to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, Rick wants to know, what are some bad habits that y'all can't stand about each other?
Oh.
You go first, Amanda.
Oh, who wants to go first? You tell. I'm instigating.
Not to bash on my husband or anything.
No, of course not.
But
I am.
I don't like it when he leaves clothes all over, like dirty clothes all over the floor when we have a hamper for him to put the clothes in.
Okay.
Or stuff laying around on the bed where it should be, if it's dirty, it should be in the hamper.
Yeah, my wife has like OCD. Like,
okay, so she does OCD. So do I.
Oh my god, she hates unorganization.
And let's say if the dishes pile up, that's one of my pet peeves. I hate seeing dirty dishes piling up.
Yeah. And we used to argue like, who's gonna do the dishes and all that stuff. Like, yeah. And then tell Steve too, it's a certain way I gotta put dishes in a dishwasher.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I do this, but there's a certain way I put the plates in the dishwasher and the bowls in the dishwasher. Everything in the dishwasher, there's a certain way I put it.
Yeah, like if I put the dishes,
and if it's out of place, it bugs me.
Yeah, if I put say if I put like a plate, right? I put the plate supposed to go on the bottom rack. If I put the plate on the top rack, that'll be an issue. She'll get upset. Or if I put the cups on the on the bottom rack and the cup's supposed to be on the top rack, like things like that. And also too, what like clothes, like not on clothes, but like hanging stuff up.
Yeah.
I can't remember some other stuff too.
All right, well, Yunglink, what about you?
Like for her,
anything about her bad habits, anything she does that because that happens with America, like things do get annoying, right? So is there anything? Now's the time to confess.
Shit. Oh my
That's your sins.
I'm trying to think.
Is there anything she does that's annoying?
I know you hate when I'm on the phone with my friends all the time.
Oh, that's yeah. Because like when I come home from work and stuff, and and I'm trying to talk to her. Sometimes, she has the respect to take off, but sometimes I'm like, hey, can you put them on mute or turn them off? Or only thing I hate is like when I tell her to do something. Like, okay, prime example. I'm pretty sure a lot of married couples go through this, but like when you tell your spouse something, right? They don't listen, but the same stuff that you told them, they talk to like their mom or their dad, and their mom and dad tell them the same thing, but they listen to them. If that makes sense. Yeah, I kind of hate that. I'm looking like, I just told you that. So it takes like 2 or 3 different people to tell you that, and then for you to listen. Like that.
Like there was one time Rodney told me something, and then I talked to my mom, and she told me the same thing Rodney told me, and I listened to my mom over listening to him.
That's my pet peeve. I hate that so much because that goes to show, like, dang, like, okay, the stuff I say doesn't matter, but you listen to other people that tell you the same thing. Like, you get what I'm saying, Steve? That's I hate that so much. But hey, we working on it. It's.
So what about with the in-laws? Do y'all get along with each other's in-laws?
Yes, I do get along with his dad, stepmom, and mom. He gets along with my parents pretty well.
Yeah, her dad is like a dad to me, man.
Like
yeah.
him and my dad can sit down together and literally watch football for life.
Yeah, he's a U of M fan. We talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about politics. We talk about all kinds of stuff, man. He's really cool. Yeah.
And speaking of like brother-in-law, sister-in-law, I have talked to his sister a few times, but not really met her in person like that. And then he gets along really well with my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
They talk.
Right, so y'all get along with each other's family. That's great. Because when I was in a 4-year relationship, I hated her parents, and she actually her and my mom got along, but like I hated her parents.
He's never met my biological sister.
Okay.
And speaking of, she went through a terrible relationship. She was married to a military Marine corpsman, but that didn't work out.
Yeah. So that kind of, and she, I mean, and she couldn't show up to the wedding. Like my sister didn't show up for whatever reason, and she had the funds to, so it's.
So get this, like his sister had the funds to come to the wedding, but chose not to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but the crazy part is like she was in
a few months after the wedding.
She's in Miami.
Yeah.
I look like
ouch. Way to insult. Injury.
Yeah, I was just looking like, see, I don't know why family do that, bro. It's sad, bro. Like every family got issues, Steve. But hey, it is.
Have y'all, Rick said, or Samantha said, have y'all ever thought about making friends with other married couples?
We have a couple friends from church that are married that we are friends with. Mm-hmm. We're going over to their house tomorrow, actually.
Sweet.
Yeah, so we do have one married couple that we hang out with.
And that was the challenge too at first, because like when we first moved over here, we was trying to, get with someone that, that's on the same page with us, like,
And me personally, I'm still like, I don't have as many friends here in Georgia that I wish I would have, but I'm glad I still have my out-of-state friends that I can always count on whenever I need them. And I know I have Rodney too.
Yeah.
So Yunglink, man, I gotta ask you, Rick wants to know, you living in Detroit, how did you become a Chargers fan?
I want
to know the mystery. We all want to know the mystery to that, dude.
Well, I'm supposed to be a Detroit Lions fan or something?
Well, I mean, the obvious would be in your regional area. How did you become a Chargers fan? How did that happen?
Man, look, man, I feel like I answered this question so many videos.
Well, I never knew about it.
Okay, all right. Answer your question.
I'm not questioning your fan. I just want to know how it started.
Yeah, it started, man, like in 2003, man. You know what I'm saying? I saw LT making these plays, man. Antonio Gates was amazing, bro. And I was like, I like this team. And I played them on Madden. I played them on NFL Game Day. I was like, I love this team. And plus, the Detroit Lions, they were okay, but they were kind of ass, bro.
So you were at Madden. Did you play Madden 02 with the Chargers?
I played NFL Game Day 2004. I don't know if you remember that game. From the PlayStation.
Yeah, I do barely, but I remember it. Yeah, but Madden 02, I had I remember the Chargers roster. Doug Flutie was a quarterback because he was going to retire at the time. It was like his last year before he went to the Patriots, won a Super Bowl in 04.
Yeah,
but he played with the Chargers. I think did y'all have Chris Chambers at the time? No, I think Chambers was with the Dolphins, wasn't he?
I think he's with the Dolphins.
Yeah, one of the two. I forgot, but I remember y'all had Doug Flutie on that team.
Yeah, and man.
Y'all had LT. Didn't y'all have LT?
Yeah, we had LT. We had. I forgot, man.
Yeah, I forgot all the players y'all had on the team. But I do remember Doug Flutie was on the 2002 roster.
Now I am a Detroit Pistons fan and Detroit Tigers, Red Wings. I like the Pistons though. Always.
Yeah, and y'all did beat the Lakers in 04.
Yeah, and I remember that. I remember watching that series as a kid, and they won the championship, bro. I was so happy.
And Lakers tried to build a super team too.
Yeah, but we ended up losing to the Spurs, bro.
Yeah, y'all should have beat the Spurs in 7 if it wasn't for Robert Horry hitting that dagger in Game 5.
Robert Horry and freaking Tim Duncan, man. Those two was just we couldn't stop them. But like the Pistons, yeah, I witnessed. At least I'll say this: I did witness the Pistons win a championship in my lifetime. So hopefully we can get back to the NBA Finals and win. But I know we rebuilding. But yeah, man. But I mean,
hey, so do you guys miss Detroit?
Oh, yes and no. I don't miss it because of the cold, snowy weather, and I do miss it because of the friends and family that are there.
Yeah, so, I don't really have too many good memories like that in Detroit. I really don't care. I'm kind of
glad. I
heard
they tore down Eminem's old house, like his old address on 8 Mile.
Yeah,
like his house is no longer there. Like they tore it down.
That's crazy.
He got a restaurant. He got a restaurant
called Mom's Spaghetti.
Mom's Spaghetti, yeah, in downtown Detroit.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, 8 Mile. Yeah, I mean Detroit got some historical stuff, but I just don't really care for it. It's just too damn cold, Steve. You know what I'm saying? Your car getting stuck in the snow, Steve.
Too cold.
You don't want that life, bro. Like you blessed that it don't snow in Texas like that, bro.
Oh, we bitch about it down here with no snow all the time. But my dad's from New York. He said, I don't want to shit shovel snow anymore.
I'm sick of that shit, bro.
He said 3 days straight you're shoveling fucking snow. He said, I'm tired of it. That's what he told me.
And the winters are so long, bro. Like Steve, seasons last for 3 months, bro. The winters in freaking Michigan is like 6 months, bro. It's ridiculous.
Oh
yeah, and you gotta scrape ice off your car. The window.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta wake up 2 hours early before you get somewhere so you can heat your car up. It's just absolutely.
My homegirl's in Montana, and guess how cold it is right now? Like -40.
That's okay.
Man.
Okay,
in
that's
Montana.
crazy.
Yeah, in Miles City. She said, hey, guess how cold it is right now? I'm like, what? She's like -20, wind gusts of -40.
Oh my god.
She said, what is it over there? I'm like 65. She's like, oh my god.
I'd take living in Georgia or Florida any day over the snowy Michigan weather.
Yeah, bro, it's like 72 degrees today, bro. 65.
Because
I'm like, man.
in the wintertime, the lowest it gets here is in like the 40s.
No.
Oh yeah, in Texas we get like the coldest it got was like we had a cold front lasted 2 days.
Man.
That's it. Like 2 days. Like we had a 2-day cold front. We're supposed to get another 2-day cold front Saturday and Sunday, and it's going to drop to the 30s.
That's how it is
and
here in Georgia.
2 days.
Like the weather, it'll be hot for 1 week, and then the next few days it's cold, and then it goes back to being warm. Like
yeah, man.
Tomorrow morning it's supposed to drop to 40. Like it's going to be 40 at 7 a.m. and then by like 3 o'clock it's going to jump up to 70.
Wow.
Yep, that's how it is. Yep.
And then at night it gets down to like the 50s here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but like I said, that's why if I go to a next Air Force station or Air Force base, I'm gonna make sure it's not Montana, North Dakota, nowhere cold. No, I like have me in Florida, Texas, Cali, somewhere Arizona, somewhere nice, warm.
Yeah, Rick said in Wyoming it can get up to -80. God.
-80? Now,
yeah, -80.
The coldest
yeah, I can't do that.
The coldest it got in Michigan in my lifetime, I remember, was probably -20. I haven't seen anything colder than that, but -80, no.
Yeah, well, really what it is it gets up to like -30, but the wind gust makes it colder. When the wind's blowing fast,
yeah,
it actually makes it colder. So when they'll say -30, but it feels like -50, that's because of the wind gust.
Oh my god.
At times in Michigan, I would hear them say on the news that it would be below 0.
Oh yeah, like let's say if it's like 15 degrees outside, but there's no wind gust, that's not as bad. It's still cold, but not as bad.
Yeah.
But let's say this wind's blowing by fast, 10-mile-an-hour winds. Oh, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna feel worse.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel like daggers are hitting your skin because like when it drops in its 20s out here, it feels like sharp razor blades hitting your. If you don't wear your jacket, you feel like a pin going like this.
Yeah,
like that. And then if you, let's say like the cold gets in your eyes, your water in your eyes gets all cold and, or your nose and your mouth. And it sucks, man. And then what's worse,
your nose starts
ears.
Yeah.
Your ears get cold. So I wear what's called a toboggan and I put that toboggan around when your ears get cold, dude, watch out, man. It literally feels like someone's punching you in the ear.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, my feet. Usually my feet and my hands get cold. That's the worst when you got to shovel the snow. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, your feet and your hands. That hits so hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, wear gloves, please, bro.
So what's the coldest y'all have ever been through in Michigan?
Like
that y'all can remember?
Yeah, me for -20. What about you, Amanda? You can remember?
You remember the coldest you've ever experienced in your life?
I believe it was what Rodney said, negative like 20.
Yeah. You know, it's to get snow to our kneecaps. I remember it was snow to my kneecaps before. Like, it snowed really bad, and I'm like, you still got to go to work, bro. Like, you got to have a shovel. It's bad so bad. You got to have a shovel in your trunk,
and you got to shovel.
Yeah,
you gotta shovel your car out of the driveway or snow blow it out of the driveway.
Shovel your car out the driveway, bro, because you're not getting out the driveway. If you gotta go to work, you better wake up like 2 or 3 hours early, bro, to shovel the snow real quick. Or
snow blow it.
Yeah. And you know what I hate too? Growing up, I had to shovel the snow, and then next thing you know, it's still snowing. I come back, it's like I ain't did nothing.
Yeah, and you got to shovel again. That sucks.
Yeah. My grandma be like, "Can you shovel that snow so I can get ready for work?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up. I gotta suit up, put these boots on, put some hand warmers on."
That freaking sucks, man.
Bro, I can't stand the winters in Michigan, bro. It's ass.
Damn, that's what's up, man. How long you guys been married for?
Going on 2 years.
Man, I wish y'all a wonderful marriage. Man, I really do.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, yeah, this year, November 7th will be our 2nd year.
Yeah.
Wait. So y'all been married over how long again?
Just a year.
Just a year.
So
this year, November 7th will be our 2nd year.
So 2022 will be your 2nd year. So you got married November 7th of 2020.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so 2021 was your first year officially, November 7th of 2021.
Right.
Okay, so
yes.
Basically like a year and 2 months or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so somewhere around there. Damn, that's not bad at all, man. I wish you guys the best, man. I really do. I mean, you guys have wonderful personalities. And I think I do think you being in the military, Rodney, that set your life straight, man, and that helped you out. And how long you been in the military now?
It'll be 3 years, in a couple weeks.
Actually. And he has 3 left. He enlisted 6.
Yeah, I got 3 more years left on my contract.
Like I said, I have a long list of family members that served. My grandfather was in the Korean War from 52 to 55. He was a cook in the Army.
Okay.
My father was a paratrooper from 81 to 87. He did 6 years. So was his twin brothers. They both joined in the buddy system or whatever you call it. And then they were both paratroopers. Were both stationed in Germany. And he told me that he got to travel around the world. He loved it and everything for the time he was in. He said he wouldn't trade it for the world.
Yeah.
He always told me, whenever you talk to people, make sure you thank them for their service, man. So like when I'm at Walmart, I see a bunch of military veterans in there, especially Korean War vets and Vietnam War veterans and Desert Storm. So I always see those 3 guys in there. And then of course you got other like guys who served in like the late 2000s and stuff. Not, saying they don't deserve a salute, but anytime I see like Civil War, I mean guys with those hats on, Vietnam hat, or they got a Korean War veteran hat, or they got a Desert Storm hat, or they got what they call them, like not the ones in Afghanistan, they just call them like it'll just say the military that they're in, whether it's U.S. Army or Air Force or whatever. Yeah. And I always just salute them and say thank you for your service or whatever. And they'll tell me their stories and stuff. And I said, yeah, man, I always thank them for their service. Every time I see a military guy and they're wearing their uniform or wearing their clothes, I always thank them, even the current ones.
That's good.
I always do. I say, hey, thank you for your service. I know you guys probably, it's cliche. And they're like, no, it's cool because like we only hear it like every now and then. Like you think that people are telling us that. It's not really that's the case. Like one guy told me, you're probably the first person in a week that said that. I was like,
what's crazy though too, Steve? Like maybe you could address this in your video for another time, but like I kind of hate to see homeless. I hate to see homeless people in general, especially in this country. But like veterans, because like I ran into a homeless veteran, man, and like he was telling me he served in the Marine Corps and he did all this stuff, served his country, did artillery. I'm like, dang, travel all over the world, and I didn't get to the point like how he got homeless. I didn't want to ask him that, but like, he really don't have that many resources. And I'm just like, damn, man, you really got people who really, broke their back for this country, man, and still kind of
serve their country. When you come home, your government gives two shits less.
Yeah,
about
and
you.
so my thing is, I'm not saying like everybody live in a mansion, no, but I'm saying like at least have it should be like a designated place because we got so much money in this country, bro.
I had a buddy of mine that sued the military and he won. Like
it should be a place like or designated area where veterans can stay at, like some type of housing for free.
Do something like y'all have a VA for veterans, right? They go in and Like, why can't they set up something like that? But here's the crazy part. I had a buddy of mine who was in the military, he was in the Army. It was really like my brother's friend, right? They went to school together. And he said he went in the military in like 01 or 02, right, in the Army. And he had a disability, but they let him in anyway. Okay. And so he was in boot camp, and he said he had to sneeze, but he couldn't move out of formation. So when he sneezed on the guy next to him because he couldn't sneeze on the drill sergeant.
Yeah.
So the dude was real pissed off. The guy that stood beside him, he said, "I'm sorry, man." He apologized. So he said, "Nah, it's no big deal." Like, he just took it like it was no big deal. Okay. But when he walked back to the barracks and he was going to sleep, he said that the dude came from behind him and sucker punched him right from behind.
Oh my goodness.
At a retaliation. And he said when he fell, he hit his head on the ground. And he said he had to go to a hospital or whatever. And he told me that he filed a lawsuit because he said that that they treated him like crap and that they were trying to get him to quit because he was disabled. And that he said that they would throw stuff at him and stuff, sort of like Full Metal Jacket, kind of.
Yeah.
He didn't go ape shit, but it kind of reminds me of that movie Full Metal Jacket because that stuff does exist. So he sued the department and everything, a defense, or I don't know how it worked. He hired an attorney and they filed a lawsuit and discrimination act against people with disabilities.
Yeah.
And so it took forever. Of course, it's a long process to do all that, right? And he had to get testimony, this, and that. Well, anyways, about 3 years ago, he got a settlement, man. And they wrote him a check for almost $1 million.
Wow.
He got the money. And by the time he had to pay his attorney a third of it, he still got about $600,000 to say, dude, that ain't bad. That's $600 you didn't have before. He said, I'll take it. So he took the $600 and he was like doing jumping jacks and shit in my front yard the other day. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I tried to do cartwheels if I was in better shape." I said, "Hey, man, do it. If you can do a backflip, do it. Because that was some good damn money you got."
What I learned too, the military is what you make it to. Like,
absolutely,
it's your career. It's pretty much like the people that you hang with too, and establish connections while you're there. Like, my thing is too is hang out with good people, man. Do your job, do the best you can, and just learn. And also too, try to learn to do other things like your MOS, like whatever job that you have in the military. Can that job, if you decide to get out and go to the civilian world, can that job transfer to the civilian, world? Like, what I'm saying, as far as your skill set, and also too, invest in your thrift savings plan. That's like our 401k. I just, I'm doing that. So I'll take a certain percentage every time I get paid every 2 weeks. I take a little bit of that money and it goes into a trust fund. And so when I get to like 59 and a half or 65 years old, stuff builds up if I decide to stay in. Now, of course, you know how that works. If you withdraw money before you're 65, your retirement savings, it's like a 10% tax penalty. But other than that, man, like I said, just invest, learn, take advantage of your education. I know in the military, like we got TRICARE, one of the best. Like they take care of your medical benefits, they take care of all of that stuff, bro. Like everything. So, and it's pretty cool, man. So, we'll see. I don't know how long I'm gonna stay in Georgia. I actually like Georgia; it's cool, but I still want to, see the world. But it feels good. So when people are respecting you and all that stuff, man, and when I see like, especially like veterans and people who served in Vietnam, I get my utmost respect. My granddad actually joined. He was in Vietnam for like 11 months. He actually gave me his Vietnam medals and stuff. That's when I told him, I think because during the draft and stuff, that's when I told him that, I joined the Air Force and stuff. And I think he ended up having PTSD from it though. But he later down the years, he recovered from it, but found God and stuff. But man, yeah, I really respect the troops, though. I really do. You know, I might not like the politics on it in it, but I do respect the troops, though. The people.
Yeah, I mean, you got exactly.
You know, because those are the ones that's fighting. You know, those are the ones that's deployed going to these, foreign countries, man. These places are dangerous.
Yeah, they're fighting these wars so that we can get on the internet and talk shit about it.
Exactly, bro. I just like, dude, this shit's crazy, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate you having me on here, Steve.
Yeah, I do, and I appreciate you guys being a part of this. And there's anything else y'all want to mention or talk about? If not, we can wrap it up. Anything else, Amanda, you want to talk about or not really?
No, she's good. She's good. I think she's ready to go to.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Hey, man, I do appreciate you guys being on. I'm gonna do another stream and talk about the Texans head coach getting fired and
everybody's talking about
and then going from there. No, but I appreciate you guys for being on, and I'm gonna go ahead and start a new stream because I want to get on David Culley getting fired real quick.
All right, I got you, bro.
Hey, man, y'all take care. And it was good talking to y'all. And I hope we do this in the future, man.
Yeah, we'll do it again, man.
And y'all are a wonderful couple, man. I wish you guys nothing but the best, and I wish the best for you.
Thank you so much.
All right, y'all take care, all right?
All right, you too.
All right.